When supplying multiple welding receptacles from a single 480-volt motor control center feeder in an industrial plant, the minimum rating of the receptacles is governed by the National Electrical Code. This is particularly important when the welding receptacles do not have an integral circuit breaker or disconnecting means and the feeder breaker being proposed is rated at 100 amps. To determine the appropriate receptacle rating, we need to consider specific articles within the NEC. According to NEC Article 630.31, titled Conductors and Overcurrent Protection, and specifically subsection B, Conductors and Overcurrent Protection, and even more specifically subsection 1, Conductors supplying a receptacle outlet shall have an ampacity not less than the branch circuit ampere rating. This means the conductors feeding the receptacle must be rated to handle at least the amount of current the branch circuit is designed to carry. Furthermore, NEC Article 430.122, titled Ampacity in Motor Circuit Conductors, Part Roman 11, Machine Tools, subsection A, General, stipulates that receptacle outlets shall be rated not less than the branch circuit ampere rating. Where a receptacle outlet is used to supply a single piece of equipment or a machine, the receptacle outlet rating shall not be less than the ampere rating of the equipment or machine supplied. Therefore, when applying these NEC articles to 480-volt feeders supplying multiple welding receptacles without integral circuit breakers, the minimum rating of the receptacle outlets must be 100 amps. This is because the receptacle must be rated to handle the full capacity of the 100 amp feeder breaker protecting the circuit. It is important to note that this requirement ensures safety and prevents the receptacles from being overloaded, which could lead to overheating, damage, or even fire. Here is a breakdown of the key considerations. Firstly, the conductor ampacity must match or exceed the branch circuit rating as per NEC Article 630.31 born. This ensures the wiring can safely carry the intended current without overheating. Secondly, the receptacle rating must also match or exceed the branch circuit rating as per NEC Article 430.122a. This ensures the receptacle itself is capable of handling the full current load of the circuit. Thirdly, in this specific scenario, where the feeder breaker is 100 amps, the minimum acceptable rating for the welding receptacles is also 100 amps. This is because the receptacles must be able to handle the potential full load of the protected circuit. In summary, understanding and adhering to these NEC articles is crucial for ensuring the safe and compliant installation of welding receptacles in an industrial environment. By selecting receptacles with a minimum rating of 100 amps, you are providing a safe and reliable power source for welding equipment while also complying with electrical code requirements. Remember to always consult the latest edition of the NEC and local electrical codes for the most up-to-date information and requirements. The code requirements are put in place to ensure electrical safety and reduce the risk of electrical hazards. By adhering to these standards, you're contributing to a safer working environment and protecting valuable equipment. Let's delve deeper into why these specific NEC articles are so important in the context of welding circuits. Welding machines, especially those used in industrial settings, often draw significant amounts of current. This high current demand can place a considerable load on the electrical system, making it crucial to have properly rated components throughout the circuit. NEC Article 630 focuses specifically on welding equipment and its associated circuits. It addresses various aspects of welding installations, including conductor sizing, overcurrent protection, and grounding requirement. By ensuring that conductors have sufficient ampacity, this article helps to prevent overheating and potential fire hazards. Overcurrent protection, such as circuit breakers or fuses, is also crucial in welding circuits. These devices are designed to trip or blow when the current exceeds a safe level, protecting the wiring and equipment from damage. NEC Article 430, on the other hand, deals with motors, motor circuits, and controllers. While welding machines are not strictly motors, they often incorporate motor-like components and share similar electrical characteristics. This is why NEC Article 430.122 is relevant to welding receptacle installations. This article emphasizes the importance of matching the receptacle rating to the branch circuit rating to prevent overloading and ensure safe operation. When multiple welding machines are connected to a single feeder, the potential for overloading increases significantly. If the receptacles are not rated to handle the combined current draw of all the machines, they could overheat, melt, or even cause a fire. Therefore, it is essential to carefully calculate the expected load and select receptacles with an appropriate amperage rating. In addition to the amperage rating, it is also important to consider the voltage rating of the receptacles. In this case, the feeder is operating at 480 volts, so the receptacles must be rated for at least 480 volts as well. Using receptacles with a lower voltage rating could result in insulation breakdown, arcing, and other hazardous conditions. Another important consideration is the type of receptacle used. Welding receptacles are typically designed to be heavy-duty and capable of withstanding the harsh conditions often found in industrial environments. They should also be equipped with features such as grounding pins to ensure proper grounding of the welding equipment. Proper grounding is essential for preventing electrical shock hazards and ensuring the safe operation of welding machines. It provides a low resistance path for fault currents to flow back to the source, tripping the circuit breaker and disconnecting the power. In addition to the NEC requirements, it is also important to consult local electrical codes and regulations. These codes may have additional requirements or restrictions that must be followed. It is always best to err on the side of caution and consult with a qualified electrician or electrical engineer to ensure that the welding receptacle installation is safe and compliant. When selecting welding receptacles, it is also important to consider the specific type of welding process being used. Different welding processes have different current and voltage requirements, so it is important to choose receptacles that are compatible with the welding equipment being used. For example, shielded metal arc welding, also known as stick welding, typically requires higher currents than gas metal arc welding, also known as MIG welding. Therefore, a receptacle used for stick welding may need to have a higher amperage rating than one used for MIG welding. In addition to the electrical considerations, it is also important to consider the physical location of the welding receptacles. They should be located in a safe and accessible area, away from flammable materials and other hazards. The receptacle should also be protected from physical damage, such as being struck by forklifts or other equipment. It is also important to ensure that the welding cables are properly supported and protected from damage. Welding cables are often subjected to harsh conditions such as abrasion, heat, and exposure to chemicals. Therefore, they should be made of durable materials and properly insulated. They should also be regularly inspected for damage and replaced as needed. Finally, it is important to train welders and other personnel in the proper use of welding equipment and the associated electrical hazards. They should be aware of the importance of using properly rated receptacles and cables, and they should know how to identify and report any potential problems. Regular safety training can help to prevent accidents and ensure the safe operation of welding equipment. In conclusion, selecting the correct welding receptacles for a 480-volt feeder involves several important considerations, including the amperage rating, voltage rating, type of receptacle, and physical location. By following the NEC requirements and consulting with qualified professionals, you can ensure that the welding receptacle installation is safe, compliant, and reliable. Remember that electrical safety is paramount, and it is always best to err on the side of caution when working with electricity. By taking the necessary precautions, you can help to prevent accidents and ensure a safe working environment for everyone. Furthermore, consider the long-term implications of your receptacle choice. Investing in high-quality, durable receptacles can save you money in the long run by reducing the need for frequent replacements. Look for receptacles that are made of robust materials and designed to withstand the rigors of industrial use. Also, consider the ease of installation and maintenance. Receptacles that are easy to install and maintain can save you time and effort. Look for features such as clear labeling, accessible terminals, and durable construction. In addition to the technical aspects of receptacle selection, it is also important to consider the ergonomic factors. Welding can be a physically demanding job, so it is important to choose receptacles that are easy to use and access. Consider the height and location of the receptacles, as well as the type of plug being used. Make sure that welders can easily plug and unplug their equipment without straining or bending. Finally, remember that safety is always the top priority. Never compromise on safety to save money or time. Always follow the NEC requirements and consult with qualified professionals to ensure that the welding receptacle installation is safe, compliant, and reliable. By taking these precautions, you can help to prevent accidents and ensure a safe working environment for everyone. Let's summarize the crucial points once more. The minimum receptacle rating for a 480-volt feeder supplying multiple welding receptacles without integral circuit breakers and protected by a 100 amp feeder breaker must be 100 amps. This is dictated by NEC Articles 630.31 bone and 430.122a. These articles emphasize that the receptacle outlet should be rated not less than the branch circuit ampere rating. Always refer to the latest edition of the NEC along with local codes, and consult with a qualified electrician for safe and compliant installations. Prioritize safety by using appropriately rated equipment, ensuring proper grounding, and providing adequate training to personnel. In industrial settings, the demands on electrical systems are high, and welding circuits are no exception. Understanding and applying these guidelines is vital for a secure and efficient operation. By carefully considering all these factors, you can choose welding receptacles that meet your specific needs and ensure a safe and productive welding environment. Remember to prioritize safety, compliance, and quality when selecting welding receptacles, and always consult with qualified professionals for guidance and assistance.